Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Paul Masters video, and today we're gonna talk about Lusamine and Necrozma, right? How to use and build this unit. First of all, shoutouts to our newest member, Nathan, right? Again, if you guys do want a member shoutout, right, on the video overlays, there is an option with it, the members. Click that join button and you can have your name shout out as well on all these videos. All right, let's get into what we're actually here for today, which is Lusamine and Necrozma, right? So Lusamine Necrozma, incredible unit. For everyone watching this video, I'm assuming you have Lusamine, right? Which is probably why you're watching it. And if so, congratulations! First of all, you guys just beat the game, basically. All right, so let's talk about this this unit, right? You guys basically already know all this stuff. In terms of his kit, is there anything super? Oh, okay. I guess one thing that we kind of do have to talk about is if you want to use her well, you do have to sync with her, right, to turn into Ultra Necrozma. Because first of all, you get a huge boost on every single one of your stats, right? At Ultra Necrozma. On top of that, your passive becomes insane, because when you first enter, right, before you sync, you have healthy, super hit, and entry fever, which are really nice. So those are both entry passives, right, stuff that you get on entry. So your sync will have that super effective up next, right, which is really good. And then entry freebie over here, you get a free move right after you sync. And I say after you sync because before you sync, most likely you'll be using your other moves, right? Your Dire Hit Plus, Luminous Love to max out your special attack, right? Also, she does give you Sync Move Countdown as well, so if you could coordinate that with another Sync Move Countdown unit, right, you could get Sync in 2 turns, right? With maybe something like a Sync Zulisa or whatever, right? Leer, give you some Sync Move Countdown. Let's see, what else? Oh, the big thing over here is her Expand Reach passive is once you do turn it into Ultra Necrozma, right? Your Prismatic Laser, like your attack moves, turn into AoE moves, which is the crazy part about this unit, right? She's one of the top damage dealings in the units in the game. On top of that, once you turn her into Ultra Necrozma. It's kind of like a Mega, except, she doesn't have any of the Mega drawbacks, because, Megas do have drawbacks, in which their sync move damage usually lower, right? She does not have that drawback at all. So you do have Expand Reach, where your Prismatic Laser hits every single one of your opponents and does not have the AoE split damage, right? Like Groudon, Garchomp, Earthquake, whatever, Heat Wave, Charizard, right? You do not have any of those drawbacks. You hit every single unit for the same damage, 100% on each one of them. Again, that's why she's just so broken, right? And then on top of that, your basically useless passives, because again, you only use those hits for once, right? After that. It's useless, and then you get swapped into Super Duper Effective 2 and Move Gauge Refresh 4. Alright, so in terms of lucky skill, it's pretty easy. Damage healer, always crit strike 2, right? Crit strike 1, crit strike 2. If you get 2, can't, then get 1, right? At least. So let's talk about her grid. In terms of how many copies you need to pull, right? I already talked about this in the Should You Summon video, but in my opinion, 1 out of 5 is enough to like obliterate every single stage of the game. Although she does get a bit better with each single, a dupe, right? At 2 out of 5, she does get Precognition, which does help with the gauges a bit, right, in Psychic Terrain. Weird Vibes, some extra 10% damage in Psychic Terrain as well, right? Also have Move Gauge Refresher, Prismatic Laser, more Prismatic Laser power-ups, and then 2 Sync Move power-ups. So her 2 out of 5 is actually pretty good as well, and her 3 out of 5, obviously, you get everything. You get all your big Sync Move power-up nodes, Hide and Sync over here, Double Down 9, Brain Sync 5, right? These are all, like, these two are straight up, like, free Sync Move multipliers. Hide and Sync, you do have to build up to it, right? But these are, like, just free, right? And then Crit Strike 1, obviously, another fantastic multiplier over here. Alright, let's talk about the grid, then. So, starting out at 1 out of 5, right? You don't have too much if you want to save on Sync Orbs, which, by the way, she does have free Sync Orbs in the story, I think, right? So pick those up, right? But if you do want to save on Sync Orbs, just the Prismatic Laser power-ups are fine. Maybe the Speed +5 if you want that, right? Don't really need anything else in particular over here. So these are, this stuff should be fine. All right, at 2 out of 5, again, you do have some really nice things. First of all, Precognition over here, 3, Precognition 3, Prismatic Laser, Move Gauge Refresh, more Prismatic Laser power up, Sync Move power up nodes here, right? Weird Vibes 1, and then you can pick up one more Prismatic Laser. So you basically pick up every single Prismatic Laser power up node. Get the Sync Move power up nodes, right? Get Weird Vibes 1, Precognition 3. Obviously, if you don't have Bianca, you can't run her in Psych Terrain, then there's no point picking up these, right? But obviously she's like 50% stronger in Psych Terrain. Again, like she still destroys outside of Psychic Terrain, but you know, she's fine in she's obviously much better in Psych Terrain. But yeah, without that, I guess you could save some orbs. You could maybe pick up that speed node, but yeah, there's not a lot other things that you want to pick up if you're not running her in Psych Terrain. Moving on at 3 out of 5. All right, 3 out of 5. You have this stuff, right? Double Down 9, Brain Sync 5. Come here, pick up the 2 Sync Move power up nodes, the Crit Strike 1, right? That you could do. And you could probably also pick up Weird Vibes 1 as well, right? Assuming you have enough gauges, right? This is assuming like you don't have any gauge issues. You could do something like this, right? If you do have gauge issues, right? If you do have gauge issues, instead of running this, you could do something like this instead. So you have Precognition, you have Crit Strike 1 over here, and then you come down here, pick up Brain Sync, Double Down, and then you have the Move Gauge Refresh. This is if you do have, if you do struggle with gauge issues. This helps again in Psychic Terrain for Move Gauge, you know, regeneration. You got Move Gauge Refresh over here, Prismatic Laser. You're just giving up 2 Sync Move power up nodes and Weird Vibes 1, so extra 10% damage on your regular moves, and then 2 Sync Move power up nodes basically. If you want to go for like a full sync with Hide and Sync, I'm not a huge fan of Hide and Sync just because she's just so strong. Like, she is the strongest Striker Sync Nuke in the game, by the way. Like, without, you know, she's strongest Striker Sync Nuke in the game with Hide and Sync over here. But I'm not a huge fan of her Sync Nuking. Like, she could casually just dish out like a 30,000, as you guys saw in my showcase video, right? Even without Hide and Sync. But I just like to focus on the Prismatic Laser more, just because it's basically a, it's basically, it's like half, it's a bit more than half as strong as like her Double Down Brain Sync damage, right? But like it's every single turn instead of like every 3 turns to get a sync in. But again, if you do want to do that, it's definitely an option, right? Double Down here, all 4 Sync Move power up nodes, right? And you know, speed over here if you want. There's 5 left. There's not much you could really pick up. But yeah, something like that. If you just want to one-shot the stage and get done with it, with like a 6 REX stage, you can run this like Musharna and like some accuracy debuffer, I guess, something like that. But yeah, that's a full sync nuke. So, anyways, now let's talk about some team comps, right? This team is broken, even though if you're thinking, because you know her big thing is she has Alola Spirit, which is incredible passive, right? 25% straight up, for damage reduction or special damage reduction, and then 20% damage, right? In each Alola, you get extra 15%, caps out at 50% power up and 31% damage reduction. You'd think you want to add more Alolan units, but if you're just fighting like Psychic weak stages, Leer is Leer is one of the top damage dealers in the game, right? Although, it's hard to say that with Lusamine literally right beside him, because Lusamine does like more than Leer and does like on every single opponent, right? But Leer, it doesn't mean Leer's bad. Leer is still incredibly powerful, right? Incredibly powerful. On top of that, you have on Psychic Terrain. The slight unfortunate thing is Musharna doesn't have crit here, but who cares? These two, that's AoE. That's 4 million damage per turn. That's 4 million damage per turn, not even like counting again, whatever Musharna's extra chip damage is doing. But yeah, you could run this, right? But outside of that, you could also run Lunala, right? With the extra, first of all, adds to your own master passive, Alola Spirit over here, but also Lunala, you also get hers as well, right? Alola Flag Bearer. So that's an extra, how much is that? 55%, right? Let's see, 20%, and yeah, that's an extra 55% for both for both, right? For both. But yeah, she's not Psychic type, obviously. But if you actually want to help Lily, right? If you're trying to like do like a Ghost Week stage, then you can run her with her, and then instead of the Bianca over here, right? Again, you're not, you know, although Lusamine's damage is still gonna, yeah. Instead of that, you could do like something like Kiawe, right, or some other Alolan support or whatever. It doesn't really have to be a support, but I mean, a support makes it so that Lusamine could like attack faster, right? Get into her, you know, she doesn't have to spend that many turns buffing, right? But you know, just any Alolan unit that could take a hit or two, and then boom, you know, Lily's damage is now insane. Or even like Mimikyu. Mimikyu is not a tank, but she does have like that one free hit that you get, but also you give like Ghost type team skill for Lily, then like Lily's damage is like insane, right? What else? I don't know. Like honestly, you could throw Lusamine. You could run this. You could run this. I'm not even joking. You can run this and win. You can run this and win. You could straight up run this and win. Okay, you can run this and win. Like team building, you could throw in whatever you want. She's going to be successful. She's going to be successful no matter what you run, right? What else you could do? Kyogre, double Spirit Master passives. Okay. Yeah, you could just run whatever. Honestly, straight up just run whatever. Right? If you want to do one with you know, just like spotlights or whatever, you got Musharna, then you could run Sabrina here, triple Psychic, right? So then obviously not as OP as Leer, but Bianca is still incredibly powerful, right? On a 2-gauge move as well. So there's just so many options, So anyways, that's for this one. I guess I hope you all enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to my channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.